Hi, it's 1:36 p.m. Friday, June, I think it's 18th. Let me look, sorry. 19th. Time is going by. First of the month is coming. Anyway, I take my glasses so I can see. So, it is June 20th, 2020. Like I tell you, and then it's June 19th. Okay. My brain, and I'm being distracted. I have to do disclaimers. I am ATI, which stands for Targeted Individuals. I get psychotronics. I see my perps. And from what I've been told, there's very extremely important things to all of this. Bob's, I call him Bob's with a Z, so that we know that it's not his real name. He's using it to protect his confidentiality. The quote-unquote, the satellite engineer. And basically, what was of interest to me, what I learned, or what he taught me, he did do a scanning of my ears and my nose. Nothing really seriously exciting there, and did to kind of whatever. But what he told me, because I get psychotronics, meaning I can see them and I can hear them. It always comes as a package. I do not believe that it's ever just one thing. It started out this way with me. It's going to end this way with me. The analogy for all these people that first time hearing it or seeing this, it's like wearing an invisible helmet. They can see you. You can see them. They can see out through your eyes. The electronics, since we are saturated with tons of frequencies and beams, are being penetrated into my eyes. I can see them. I can hear them. And what I was told, it's like wearing an invisible helmet. I'm a soldier. I go out into the field, and they can blah, 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 blah. We have our invisible communication, so to speak. Meaning it's just between us two, supposedly. And what I was told by Bob's, who is a defense contractor, that what they're doing is they're using the cell phone IP addresses to beam those people's whatever location into my brain and into my head, and that you can capture those IP addresses. Okay, these IP addresses, I believe, whatever equipment they're using, I believe even the weapons, everything is using the cell phone IP addresses. You do not need to have a cell phone in order to track me, hit me, use this technology. I can be completely without it. I can be with an old-fashioned camera, whatever you want to call it, video recorder, and it could be caught and captured. Nobody can have cell phones around me. They can still track me. That's why you have the EEG, brain signature frequencies, and if you see a green light, that's my laser, because they're still electronic, and the electronics, this blinds the electronics. Okie dokie. So if I'm pointing it in a certain direction, that is them acting up. Okay, that is all part of the artificial intelligence. This is extremely important. Those of you, or TIs, who are working on these war crimes, with several groups are working on it, not just one. Like for instance, I have government agencies, okay? And any idiot who says, oh, I have this mafia, this, and a contractor, that, they all work under them. They don't do anything. They've got total and absolute, complete control over them. So technically, our deep state, because I don't really want to call it a government anymore, they are like a mafia themselves. Very much so. Actually, extremely so. And anybody and everybody they've got control over. Make no bones about it. Okay? My ex-in-laws, who are Mexican mafia, what people call white-collar Mexican mafia, because they rise through the ranks. It's over 100 years old. They have military, special ops, in the army military. My late belated husband, yes, I was dumb. I did not know. I'm what they called me a güera, like a gringa, all these things. Because I'm incredibly naive, was not part of it, any of that, you have to, in order to get somebody, fool them into anything. I thought it was archaic and that it doesn't exist, but I'll let you know this. My FBI, who's become my quote-unquote lack of a correct terminology, we call them handlers. Okay? I have a Latina handler. She controls my ex-in-laws. Okay? Along with the San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Department. Sheriff's and Coroner's Department. Okay? They have control over them. And they work for them. So you would call these, because those technologies are being used on them, and yes, they're being experimented on, and I don't want to freak anyone else out, but it's part of the artificial intelligence which is being used on them. Okay? They use them as a cover. They use them as their unofficial army, just like they do all the gang stalkers. It's kind of like James Helms, but nobody's wearing uniforms, so that you can't tell who's the enemy or who's on what team. It's a guerrilla urban warfare. Okay? The brown shirts, whatever you want to call it. But it's better to understand it that way. You can actually have literal military, but they're wearing civilian clothing. Okay? In the hospitals, those are triage. Those are military. Okay? It's not your normal military. Okay? They've kind of morphed into like a CIA thing. And they kill and murder people. Make no bones about it. Okay, they take over. If there were any normal, regular, ordinary medical professionals, they get bulldozed and controlled. Okay? Doctors know it, have known it for a while. Sometimes they'll be very sarcastic about it. Hi, Josh. But I want people to know, because when I talked to Bob's, that was another thing. My perps are really extremely mad at me because I signed up for a class where I can make money. You know, survival. Very difficult to do as a TI. It's very difficult to do in this because technically, in my opinion, we are no longer alone as being TIs. They've expanded it out to the whole population. Hey there, Josh. But getting a hold of these satellite IP addresses, the government IP addresses, because somehow that is being used. And if we get that, I can get access to who those IP addresses are connected to. Like, for instance, my FBI Latina agent and whomever else. Because Bob's, he showed me his list. He's got the real deal. He doesn't have ordinary people. Okay, that's why it's important. Yeah, from whatever agency. Once you've got that, you don't have to do discovery. You've got the evidence, and you start showing them. And you start telling them, and so, you know, do it in writing, whatever, to the government agencies, their puppet heads, their fronts, whatever you want to call them, their figureheads. You start telling them, and you start telling them to back off. Bob's would not give me the software. He told me it was classified. And I just kind of went, So I don't end there. That doesn't mean anything, because they have definitely lots of different kinds of softwares that are legal to have and that you can track and get. Not only that, if I want to, on some level, I can say, you know what, you're committing war crimes against me and my family. So trying to claim, hello, hi Peter, that these are classified? Are you kidding me? You're committing international war crimes against the civilian population. Okay? There's also another war going on with Pompeo and Nils Mesler out of the UN, the special reporter. Okay? And so that's kind of good because I kind of lost it and I kind of wrote on Pompeo's wall. He likes to be secret, so if you want to find out whatever he's saying or doing, go to YouTube and subscribe to the State Department. He's very quiet. Right now he's in Hawaii. And he said something about some kind of shared place in Hawaii so he can meet up so they can talk with China. I just found that a little odd. So, but that's what I'm saying. They'll be very short, very brief. They might be a minute and a half or less. Sometimes a little over. But it's going in and it's meant to go underneath the radar, so to speak. Most people are not watching it. They're not paying attention. So I went and basically did my litany, put it on the Twitter wall, excuse me, on the YouTube wall, and then later posted on Trump's Twitter wall, because that's where he pays attention to the intelligence information that's gathered there. Let me add, artificial intelligence, because ain't no human capable of doing all this. We'd be a different species. But it's extremely important, and it needs to go forward. I will be contacting people that have power and start addressing it, and they may have contacts so that we can get software that's good quality to start doing this, and basically taking the power out of their hands. And to me, that's why I started realizing this is key. Not only that, because I have the Swedes and this other stuff where I don't have to pay $15,000 to prove of their existence, because this is also how they're communicating to them. If you guys don't believe in ETs, they call themselves enhanced. They're kind of a hybrid. But my point is, because I do have a way, but it would cost me $15,000 to show you them. That would be cool, wouldn't it? It'd be righteous to get both of them. Okay. God bless. Love you guys. Love you all. I gotta go get some stupid essentials, you know. Okay. Take care and God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.